everyone, welcome back to another bodybuilding workout program. So what I'm going to do this time, I've given you so many, by the way, so if you are new to my channel, there is a lot of bodybuilding workouts. I have a playlist on my channel. If you are a veteran, if you're an oldie, welcome back to another video. This time we're going to do push, pull, legs, starting with legs, my favorite, of course. As always, I will give you the sets, reps, tempo, explain everything, and run through why I do every single one of these exercises and what makes it slightly different that you can apply to your routine. I'll give you scaled version. I'll try and make this as easy to follow and also easy to apply to your gym. Hopefully that will be useful for you. Of course, we're going to start with a warm-up. Just enjoy the rest of the video and don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, starting this leg session with a warm-up, and I will give you 3 great prep or prime movements to add to your routine before a leg session. Starting with the Cossack squats. This is a great movement for priming your legs for a session. It targets the hips, the adductors and abductors, and the groin. Make sure to keep both feet planted down on the floor to really get that abductor and hamstring stretch. Keep your upper body as upright as possible. Next is the Spanish squats. This is my go-to exercise to strengthen my knees and help not only prep your knees for the workout, but also a great rehab exercise if you have knee pain. I'm using a medium band here, but you can start with a light band. Make sure you really stretch that band to create tension. It should feel like the band will pull you forward, but you want to fight that resistance. Finally, we have the Jefferson curl, a great exercise for your spine and lower back. Keep the weight light and make sure you tuck your chin towards your chest before you descend downwards. Try and keep your hamstrings as straight as possible for a great hamstring stretch. However, if you lack the mobility, then bending your knees slightly is absolutely fine too. The first exercise will be front squats. You'll be doing half and a full squat each rep. And I have to be honest, this is going to be absolutely brutal. And I am not sorry about that. If you pay close attention to how I perform this movement, you see that the first rep, I come up just above parallel and then straight back down into another full squat. So performing this exercise this way means the quads are under tension a lot more each rep. Oh, and the half and full squat counts as 1 rep. Yes, really. The front squat is great if you're trying to build your quads, as its emphasis is on your quads during the movement. I'm using a weightlifting shoe for better ankle flexion. Yes, trust me, it makes a difference, but you can also use plates under your heels. If you have bad ankle mobility, plates under your heels is always a good way to help alleviate that. However, if you have incredible ankle flexion, then you don't need lifters or the plate. I just find that elevating my heels helps with lifting more weight and places a lot more emphasis on my quads. Superset the front squats with the reverse Nordics. This is a great exercise for targeting your quads and also great for your knees. Make sure you brace your core first and engage your glutes before you descend down. Go as far down as your body allows. Now, I know some of you will be thinking there is no way your knees will allow you to do this or have the mobility. Well, that's what the trusty resistance band is for. It's a great way to still perform the exercise with some assistance and makes it slightly easier. The lighter the band, the more difficult, and the heavier the resistance band, the easier this is. So try and use a light resistant band to make this exercise challenging, even with the assistant. Now, to make this more challenging, you can add resistance using a plate. There are 2 ways you can do this, either close to your body or overhead, which is a lot more challenging. Trust me on this. but this is a great way to add progressive overload to this exercise. Remember, as the reps change in every one of these workouts, you should be increasing weight accordingly. You want to ideally hit the target reps or fail just before, so you shouldn't be using the same weight for 12 reps as you would for 10. And also, if you have 10 reps and fail at 9, that's absolutely fine. Next is everyone's favorite, and that is the Bulgarian split squat. I can already hear the excitement from all of you watching this. Now, here is a quick tip in how to get into this exercise efficiently. Place the dumbbells out in front or to the side of you, and then first perform the exercise at body weight. Then simply just move the dumbbells closer and voila. I know it sounds really simple, but a lot of people get this wrong, and I should really be charging you for these tips. When performing the split squats, make sure you brace your core and engage your glutes throughout the entire movement. Knees tracking over your toes is absolutely fine, as this will put more emphasis on your quads. And if you lean back into the squat, that focuses more on your hamstrings. During the split squat, at the top of the movement, I want you to squeeze, or in a more professional terminology, contract your quads like it owes you money. Every single rep, if you can, I want you to keep that tension on your quads throughout when performing the exercise. Pay attention to the tempo, as that is key. Tempo means time under tension. Keeping the muscle under tension for longer is a way of adding progressive overload, which is an essential when building muscle. So if you enjoy this absolutely incredible workout and want a more detailed program to follow, then check out my CrossLifter app. The app has a mix of training styles and follows the principles of my training methods, from bodybuilding, conditioning, kettlebell, dumbbell-only workouts to functional training. There is also a comprehensive nutrition guide to help you understand nutrition better and how to utilize your training with nutrition to help you make great results in your fitness goals. There is a 7-day free trial, so check out the link in my description box, or you can check out obvincent.com for more info. Next exercise will be the heel elevated goblet squat. Heel elevation is essential here to focus more on quads, and also, just like the split squat, make sure you contract your quads at the top before you squat down. You want to go down where your hips are at least parallel to your knees, and avoid locking your knees at the top, as it also keeps your quads engaged throughout the exercise. The tempo is key here for this one, so stick to it as much as possible. It is essential. Now, I've had a few questions about how to progressively increase weight, especially when it gets heavy, and there is a simple way you can do this, so watch as I do that here in the video. Superset with what I call the matrix squats. Yes, I know what the actual name of this exercise is, but this is way more cooler. Make sure you brace your core and have something to use for support. With this exercise, you will need good ankle flexion, but I have a scaled version if you struggle, so don't worry. Make sure when going down, your knees do not actually touch the floor, but rather just hover slightly over the floor and then come back up. This is to keep tension on your quads each rep. For a scaled version, use a crash mat, as that is slightly elevated. It reduces range of motion. However, you want to still be mindful of when you're touching the pads with your knees. It should be a slight kiss and not crashing down to the mat. Control the eccentric each and every rep. At the top of the movement, I want you to again contract your quads as hard as you can before descending down. The reason I do this on a lot of my leg sessions is to keep the muscle under a lot more tension. It's a way of just adding a little bit more to make the muscle work even harder. Last but not least will be single leg extensions. one of the exercises that has been key in developing my quads. Now, notice how I lean forward before I perform the exercise. This is to engage my quads first, and yes, it does shorten the muscle slightly before performing the exercise. All 3 sets will be a drop set, so you want to perform the reps as given and then drop the weight down about 40 to 50% and then perform the exercise again, but the tempo changes, so make sure you take note of that. Now, if you can still walk, then yes, of course, there is a by legs finisher. 3 to 5 rounds of 60 seconds bike. Make sure it's on the hardest resistance and straight into 20 alternating lunges. This is not an essential, but if you want to train the way I do, then this is something I would add to end my leg session. Mind you, this isn't on all my leg workouts. This is just on some of them. And if you are a newbie, you might not need to add this portion of the workout. And also remember, you can scale this workout. If the reps are too much, scale that down. If you find that the exercises are too much, then you can take one of them off. This is giving you an idea of how you can structure your leg session, but hopefully you find it useful just like every other workout. And if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Any questions, any feedback, leave a comment. I appreciate you for watching again. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.